Let me explain something to you, Walter. And I want you to listen. I want you to understand this, conceptualize this. There is nothing that you have said in the beginning, in the middle, and right here, right now, that has been beneficial, fruitful, life-giving, and life-bringing to the LGBTQIA community of color, particularly black, same-gender loving men who are dealing with HIV and/or AIDS. Nothing fruitful. Now, you have talked about HIV awareness, girl. You have. In the most demonstrative and the most destructive way possible, which continues to perpetuate the stereotypes, and you have your viewers who are other self-loathing gays and insecure ass women who don't like gay men and who are sitting here attracting other homosexual men into their lives to be with them, and they're trying to get all the tea and shit from you, and they've used you as a conduit to be able to express their homophobic nature. You have done that. How does it feel to know that your subscriber count and your audience are a bunch of motherfuckers, not all, but a bunch of motherfuckers who are bitter just like you? You sit here and talk about niggas and ATL are horrible, they scammers and all this shit. These niggas ain't shit. All this stuff, these niggas. But meanwhile, here it is. You are 50 goddamn years old, been in the gay community for 30 years, and you're just as gullible and naive as the young motherfuckers coming up in this community. You've been in the gay community for 30 years. What have you done in the 30 years that was productive for black gay men besides exposing? Now, if you want to be the new Markeith Rivers, the goddamn steroid Machamp version of it, then do that. Just say, I am the DL detective on steroids, girl. I'm the nigga that can really get your nigga. Now, yes, goddamn Markeith Rivers, that goddamn suckering, succotash, mouth ass bitch. If you want to be his friend, if that is your role model, then be your role model. Walter, if you was really about that life, like you said that you're about that life in reference to HIV and AIDS awareness, you would actually do some shit in the community. You should be organizing conversations. You should be organizing things. You're not no regular black gay man in Atlanta, Walter. You are a gay man that has 60,000 plus subscribers. Motherfuckers know who you are in Atlanta. You have a platform. You have notoriety. You're a black gay man in Atlanta. You're not creating any dialogues. You're not putting any shit together to be able to have gay men come in who are dealing with HIV and AIDS and actually have a conversation with them. You can't, because your shit is filled with hate. You say it's not with hate, but girl, just like these religious hoes who talk about Jesus is love, but yet you show everything except that. Your actions speak louder than your words. Did you even sit back and rewatch this video that you just put out? You dug and you threw some jabs and some shots at people who dealing with HIV and AIDS in that video, but you're talking about you love them and you care for them. Oh, well, the only thing I'm gonna do is do what I'm doing, what I've done best. Be HIV negative. Now, let me explain something to you for all you motherfucking hoes that's over there on his side that's coming over here. I'm HIV negative as well. But I'm a black gay man who understands that, hell, with me being in the community, girl, there is a big point and possibility that my significant other, my soulmate, might in fact and will and indeed be a nigga who is HIV positive. And a lot of people who ended up contracting HIV and/or AIDS, a lot of them didn't go out there and be a fucking hoe. Some of them trusted niggas. Some of them trusted niggas and put their lives and trusted themselves into people's hands. But the reason why you don't get no pass with me, Walter, is because you made countless videos talking about niggas ain't shit, niggas in Atlanta, all this other type of shit, and you ended up being with a nigga from Atlanta, a nigga who ended up being HIV positive. Ask yourself, why do I always get in these situations? Why do I always tend to attract niggas who are HIV positive? Why do I do it? You just sat here and said in the video, in your video, even the medication I take, I always seem to get the worst side effects. Well, if you seem to be getting a lot of worse of a lot of shit, there's only one common denominator in this whole situation. It's your motherfucking ass. And you're too busy playing the victim. Yes, Xavier was wrong for what the fuck he did. Xavier lied to you, used you, abused you. Yes, he did that, but you let his motherfucking ass do it, and you let him do it willingly, and you knew that he was doing that to you. Because you are a desperate ass, lonely ass, 50-year-old man who has all this shit and is still lonely and bitter and single as fuck, and even one of your dogs died to get away from your motherfucking asshole. You sat here and said all this horrible ass shit, and you sit here and date these motherfucking niggas in Atlanta, girl. So I need you to pick a struggle. Like I told you goddamn before, if your ass is gonna sit here and do this shit, then the next time you date a nigga, the next time you end up being romantically involved with a motherfucker, I'ma need for your ass, girl, to sit here and take these niggas to the clinic on your first date. It is mandatory and it is imperative. If you cannot do that, we cannot converse. We can only be friends. And like I said, bitch, I have 3 or 4 cars, girl. We can go ahead and go to the goddamn shit. And I don't mind dropping 20, 40, 60 goddamn dollars on your ass to make sure that I'm good, because I like you enough, and you a masculine ass nigga too, because you love masculine ass niggas. He's a masculine ass nigga too. You should have been able to say, you know what, we go ahead and get tested. That way, you ain't got to worry about HIV or AIDS. And the way that your ass acted in this whole Xavier situation, especially these first few videos when you came out with, girl, you was over here sweating like a motherfucker, bitch. You was sweating like a bitch who did some wrong shit, and you know you shouldn't have done it. Because if you were out here taking your medication, taking PrEP, and having protected sex with this nigga, you wouldn't have to worry about catching shit, because you know you doing what the fuck you need to do. But the fact that your ass was sitting over there nervous as fuck with fear and trembling, bitch, and your shit shows me or proves to me that, bitch, maybe you fucked this nigga without a goddamn condom. And you seem like a bitch that would do that because you're so goddamn desperate and lonely. And I can say that because I used to be that motherfucker. That used to be me. I recently went through a situation. I ain't gonna say recently, because it was a year ago. But I went through a situation, a breakup situation from a situationship that was so fucked up. And the reason why it was so fucked up is because I allowed that nigga to do what he did to me. And the hardest part that I had to deal with in reference to my healing process and me bettering myself is that I had to learn to take responsibility, because the only motherfucker that I'm responsible for in my life is me. I allowed that nigga to do what he did to me. I allowed that nigga to play me the way that he fucking played me. I did it, and I knew that he was going to do it. And instead of standing in my morals and my values, which yes means I will still be single, I would have went through what I went through. So bitch, we know your ass ain't learned from this shit, because in the next 6 months to a year, it's going to be a new situation with somebody dealing with HIV and AIDS. You always create these falsified ass shit about you and your goddamn friends coming up to you and talking to you. Walter, do you even have any friends? Because, bitch, I know motherfuckers in Atlanta who know you, girl. And apparently your ass can't even stay late for goddamn functions and events. You gotta leave early because, bitch, you're afraid that the hoes who know Freddy Cougar is gonna tell on your ass and your location, and that Freddy gonna come back and finish what the fuck his ass started years ago. That's what the problem is, Walter. That's what your problem is. Now, I'm going to stand up and say this shit. I don't give a fuck about none of your subscribers and what the fuck they say, because you've been saying horrible, problematic shit for the longest time. Walter, you are bitter. Go to fucking therapy, bro. Go to fucking therapy. Get your shit together, girl. You can't change other people. You live in fucking Atlanta, girl. If you tired of all this shit happening to you, then leave Atlanta. That seems the logical shit to do. Leave fucking Atlanta. Your mama gonna be okay with them Sunday best Tyler Perry wigs and all, girl. She gonna be all right. Give her the black card. It's okay. You don't really have that much friend. If you have these friends in Atlanta, can you please do a video, a roundtable discussion with these hoes so we know who they are? Or are these the friends in your head? Or are you having celestial conversations with your dead friends who died? Walter, you have an opportunity to really learn from your situation. If you're really about that life like you say you are in reference to gay people and making sure that black gay men stay safe, then you need to do advocacy work. All this exposing shit is not going to do anything but make shit worse. Make shit worse. Now, yes, motherfuckers have a responsibility, but you as a person as well, you have a responsibility as well. Take care of your goddamn self. You really should be sitting here, if you out here having casual sex, thinking in your head, well, every motherfucker that I fuck does have HIV and AIDS, so I'm going to protect myself. That's what it's about. We can't stop other motherfuckers from doing what they're doing. Motherfuckers gonna do that shit, and we have to also understand that motherfuckers who are not open and honest with their HIV status have to deal with the stigma. Because once their ass is exposed, look at all the shit they have to deal with. There are ways to deal with this shit, but the way that y'all have been doing it, especially you, Walter Lee Hampton, for this goddamn long, is a very irresponsible, reckless, and destructive way that you have been doing this. Because once again, your actions speak louder than the words that you can ever say, girl. We know for a fact that your motherfucking ass is bitter as fuck, and you're using this shit to unleash all this shit in your fucked up ass life. Your fucked up ass life, Walter. Now, if you want to have a conversation, I'm that one nigga to have a conversation with. Because I'm actually a healed motherfucker, and I'm a spiritual motherfucker that really sees what's going on. I'm not running from nothing. I want to actually have a conversation with you. We can find a way. You can message me. I can message you. And we can have this conversation on a public platform. We can have this conversation in private. It's not a motherfucking problem with me at all. But I want to have a conversation about this shit because, Walter, you have a big fucking platform and you're using it in the wrong way. The wrong way that's destructive and demonstrative. And what's going to happen is that you're going to sit here and end up manifesting in your life the one thing that your ass fear, and that is HIV. That's how fucked up it is. And yes, you said in your video, 20 years from now, I'm going to be here. You goddamn right you're going to be here. You're going to be here for a very, very long time because you have a lot of fucking reaping to do. And bitch, you have planted a lot of fuck you seeds, girl. And we're entering into the age of Aquarius. So guess what? It's about to help you reap these fuck you flowers. But bitch, matter of fact, girl, I'm going to find the master Pokeball. I'm going to talk to Nurse Joy, all the goddamn gym trainers, all that shit. Get all the knowledge I need, girl. Grab the master Pokeball and we going to catch this wild Digiot / Machamp bitch, and we gonna bring him back to Nurse Joy, and we gonna hopefully hope that this hoe can nurse this nigga back to health in a different mindset, because the mindset that you have right now has done nothing to change nothing at all. At fucking all, Walt. The shit that you say is a problem. You have an opportunity and you have the privilege to speak and say whatever you want to say, but bitch, when you put your shit up here, you open your shit to be rebuked and you open your shit to be checked. And I'm that one nigga like, yeah, that has no problem checking your ass, nigga. I'm David, you goddamn Goliath bitch, and I got a whole bunch of rocks. So let's have this conversation.